Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Tori Cooper. Tonight on the Now Bakersfield, a teacher asking the community to come together and help show support for a local special education program. And tomorrow it arrives, the 36th annual Bakersfield Christmas Parade. We have details on the parade route, plus how you can watch it if you decide to stay at home. That's all ahead on the Now Bakersfield. Chris?
Well, some important conversations happening from our lineup today here on the Now, including a new quiz that can determine just how lonely we are, why that is so important to figure out. And if you have an Alexa, you know she can do a lot of different things around the house, but we're going to show you how that device has changed some people's lives like they never imagined. It's an amazing story. Also in our lineup, breaking down some of the myths of holiday eating.
Thanks, Chris. And a local teacher is asking for some extra support tonight for her students with special needs. I spoke to Janet Lathan at Actis Junior High School about her behind-the-scenes work to help get students supplemental materials and why more teachers are turning to the community for help.
Hi.
Special education teacher Jeanette Lathan says she would do anything for her students.
We want to help our students as much as we can, whether it's communication or, functionally or socially.
The majority of Lathan's students range from 12 to 13 and are predominantly nonverbal. That's why Lathan and her team took it upon themselves to develop a grant to ensure her students would still have access to the tools they need to grow their learning, despite Kern County Superintendent's funding regulations against what is considered supplemental materials. In hopes of gaining support from the community.
So Nick Feliciano and I, we wrote a project for Donors Choose, and Donors Choose is a great resource for teachers to request items that they are wanting in their classroom to kind of enhance the learning for students. And what we are asking for are some new yoga balls and trampolines and a football game because we feel this will encourage them for peer interactions and socialization.
Lathan said other teachers in Kern County told her about the Donors Choice website.
Whenever we're in teachers meetings, there's teachers that will kind of talk about some of the projects that they wrote. So I've been doing it, I think, I try to do one every year, so I think this is the 5th one. So I just heard it from other teachers.
She says it has become very popular over the years among teachers in Kern County, and it's a direct way to help students receive supplemental assistance.
Yes, so it's donorschoose.org, and you describe your students, and they provide certain websites that you can go to find these items. They have Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, and you find those specific items, and then you also describe how it will help your students. Then once it's fully funded, then those items will be shipped out, and then my students, we write thank you letters.
The total cost of the items Lathan is asking for her class amounts to $900, and they still need $600 more to fund the entire project. But Kern County Superintendent of Schools communication officials say they allow teachers to use Donors Choice because it's a safe way to ensure funds go directly where they were intended to. Lathan says it also helps complement her everyday classroom techniques.
My particular students, they love the trampoline and they love bouncing on the yoga balls. They just love any kind of movement and physical education activities. So we are in here a couple of times a day, again, because they like to get out of the classroom, out of their desk, and just, again, move around.
And she says these tablets also help bridge the communication gap between staff and students with special needs.
So the tablets are because some of our students are nonverbal, and we can put on pictures that they can request, so it's definitely for communication. Bye.
And she just hopes to make it happen for her students again this year.
We are just really hoping that we can get some new items for them. Again, we love our kids and we love seeing them thrive. Handsome, right? Are you handsome?
Now, if you would like to help support Lathan's special needs class this year, head to our website, turnto23.com, for more information. And the 3rd annual diaper drive continues, and with your help, we can make a difference for local families and children by providing thousands of diapers. 23 ABC has joined forces with the Alliance Against Family Violence and the Bakersfield Homeless Center for the annual drive. This year, we are looking to smash last year's record with a goal of collecting 23,000 diapers. We are accepting donations now through December 10th. You can drop off diapers right here at our 23 ABC news station, several express pharmacy locations, and Greg's Petroleum. For more information, head to our website, turnto23.com. Chris?
The Now newsfeed starts with a warning about porch pirates. So many of us do get packages during the holidays, but insurancequotes.com says more than 26 million people have had one ripped right from their porch. U.S. Postal Service could end up raising its prices, so it'll cost us more, but it'll also take a shot at Amazon. President Trump's task force says the Postal Service should be able to boost costs. Business Insider says if delivery prices went up 10%, that would cost Amazon $1 billion. Well, wake up, because researchers found that sleeping too long could put you at risk for cardiovascular disease, even early death. Yeah, this is serious. The European Heart Journal says those sleeping more than 6 to 8 hours a day had an increased risk. Well, loneliness in the United States, it is now considered an epidemic. One insurance company is releasing a survey to gauge just how lonely we really are. Now, anybody can take Cigna's questionnaire. Questions are based on UCLA's loneliness scale, and it asks things about your interactions with other people, and if you feel like you have a lot in common with the people around you, or if you feel isolated from others, and do you have people that you feel like you can talk to. Now, Cigna, they had given this test to people earlier this year, and the insurance company found that most people who took the test did qualify as lonely. Doctors found loneliness is more harmful than obesity and just about as bad as smoking. Now, if someone is lonely or likely to be, Cigna has some tips. They say call friends or family, join group workout classes, even volunteer. Now, it'll also suggest that you check with your insurance plan to see if you are eligible for mental health benefits. Well, if you have an Alexa, you know she can do a lot of different things, but we're going to show you how that little device on your kitchen counter, it has changed some people's lives in ways you would never imagine. It is an amazing story, and it's next here on The Now. Well, a government warning about diabetes pills because the medication that's called No-Beaties, it's downright bogus. Now, the makers of the drug, they claimed that it could replace the need for prescription meds like insulin. Investigators say there's just no evidence to back that up. So you do want to talk to your doctor if you want to treat diabetes or maybe even high blood sugar with non-prescription drugs, and you want to ask them how supplements or over-the-counter treatments could interact with other medications and what really is the right amount, and definitely ask about scientific proof that medication actually works. Now, besides the possible health concerns, let's talk about some money concerns with this, because the FTC says people who bought the medication may have been billed without their knowledge. Company needs to refund customers, and if you used no BDs, be sure to talk to your doctor. Well, sometimes technology is even more helpful than we ever could imagine. Take smart speakers, for example. Most of us find them just kind of cool, convenient, can play music for you. But the Now's Kamasi Aaron has how it's transforming one couple's lives.
Alexa, ask the Bible app to read Philippians chapter 4.
Charlie Sullivan uses her Amazon Echo a lot. From email.
Ask Mailbot to read my emails for today.
There is no email from today.
To weather.
Is it going to rain tomorrow?
And to think she bought it as a gift for someone else.
Last year I had decided that I was going to get Bobby an Echo for Christmas.
He thought it'd be a great gift for her.
I knew how much she was going to use that thing. I mean, she uses it to read her Bible, listen to radio programs, she plays games on it.
Alexa, the smart speaker / digital assistant for music, checking news and weather and fun facts, is a luxury for most people, but is especially helpful when you can't see.
The time is 6:31 p.m.
Oh, got a few more hours to sleep. That's good.
Both Charlie and Bobby are blind.
When I was a child, we had Braille, and we had books on records.
Now, the two are using Alexa, along with cell phones and an Apple Watch, to make life easier.
Send message to Eric.
And more fun.
Oh, I went towards the zombie and he got me.
While they wish the technology could do even more, the two are grateful.
If you're going to be blind, this is the time, the day and time to be blind with all the technology that there is out there today.
For the unexpected gift.
So that you see, that's how Alexa works for me.
That gives in so many ways.
Alexa, thank you.
For the now.
Anytime.
I'm Kamasi Aaron.
Great story there, Kamasi. Well, during the holidays, the CHP is out in full force, not just keeping our roadways safe, but also making sure no child is forgotten this Christmas. The Chips for Kids toy drive is put together by local CHP officers who collect new unwrapped toys and other items for infants, tots, and teens. CHP officials say when they started the drive 9 years ago, they helped a few hundred kids, and now they help about 4,000. The drive is accepting more than toys. They are also taking blankets, bikes, clothes, shoes, athletic gear, and more. The best part, well, kids get to shop their own present, making the gift that much more meaningful. And if you would like to help out, there's still time. You can also drop off items at all local Walgreens stores, Motor City in the Auto Mall, the CHP headquarters, the United Way, and even right here at our 23 ABC News station. The toy drive continues until December 17th. And tomorrow, the 36th annual Christmas parade is gearing up to bring some of the holiday spirit to the streets of downtown Bakersfield, and you can be a part of it too. The parade will make its way downtown tomorrow. You are looking at a map of where the parade will go. It begins on 22nd and L Street. Several roads will be closed for the parade, potentially impacting your commute, so you are going to want to be aware of that. There will be live performances, cheer squads, local politicians, fire trucks, marching bands, and more. You are welcome to join us all at the parade tomorrow. It's free, and you may want to show up a little early, guys, and get a good spot. If you'd rather stay at home, though, the parade will also air live right here on 23 ABC starting at 6 o'clock. We will also be live streaming the parade on all of our social media platforms and our website, turnto23.com. But you might want to bundle up, right, Allison?
Oh yeah, it is going to be chilly tomorrow for the parade, so those rain chances that we have been tracking, well, it looks like the rain is going to be staying in the mountain and deserts, keeping us dry, but very cool. By the time the parade starts at 6 p.m., 51 degrees, then dropping down to the upper 40s by the time it ends right around 8 p.m. But today we have been tracking rain that has made its way into central and southern California. We're seeing pockets of heavy rain up near Fresno, as well as down near San Diego. For us here in Bakersfield, really just looking at pockets of scattered showers. You can see a little bit over Bakersfield at this hour, but strong winds at the base of the grapevine, 34-mile-per-hour winds. So just make sure that you are being safe on the roads if you are driving anywhere. But we are going to be seeing scattered showers across the county overnight into the early morning hours on Thursday. And then most of that rain, like I said earlier, is going to be staying down in the mountains and be pushing off to the east in the desert. So here in Bakersfield tomorrow at 6 p.m., looking at clear skies and calm winds. But again, it is going to be a very chilly. But the strong winds that we've been experiencing yesterday and today, they've calmed down, but it's going to give us good air quality tomorrow with an AQI of 46, and there are no restrictions, but birding is discouraged. Now, tomorrow is going to be one of the cooler days of the week, and then we are going to be dropping down as we head into the other portion of the week, then jumping right back up as we head into the weekend, and skies are going to be clearing, and we have our, and then now Bakersfield will be right back.
A possible improvement in cancer treatment starts our news feed. Australian researchers have developed a 10-minute test that can detect cancer cells. That's according to the University of Queensland. Doctors found that cancer can form in a certain DNA when put in water. Well, people in Cuba about to get a major boost in technology because the government's saying today that it will offer 3G data to about 5 million cell phone users there. That service is going to start rolling out on Thursday. Well, today the first self-driving ride-hailing car hit the road. Waymo's testing out in select areas right now across the country. Lyft, Ford, and Uber are some of the companies also working on this. Well, this can honestly happen a lot. You just go online, you see a great deal on some clothes that you really want to buy. All looks good there, but when it gets to you, it's just a total fail and it doesn't fit at all. Well, Andy Taylor's here with the new technology there to help with the shopping online experience.
Online shopping is great for certain things, but let's face it, we have a long ways to go when it comes to clothes. So half the clothing we buy this holiday season will get returned mainly because it just doesn't fit. That problem is costing us more than $1 billion, according to a survey from a new tech company aiming to get people sized correctly. Now, returns are more than just an inconvenience. We're less likely to buy from that same brand if something doesn't fit the first time around. And that hurts the bottom line for these companies, which means they could have to raise prices on the clothes or even charge more for shipping. Return clothes also adds to America's waste problem. So, have you ever heard of this? It's called the Body Block AI, and it just rolled out this year. They took 3D body scans of people from all over the world to come up with a more realistic sizing system. Users can take a fit quiz on a retailer's website using the Body Block AI, and then it recommends the appropriate size.
It just takes the guesswork out of shopping online. And at the end of the day, what that creates is a better experience for the consumer. It reduces returns for the brand, and overall, both parties win, right?
The Body Block AI tech is rolling out to more retailers next year, which is pretty cool, Chris.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask, if you're wondering, what are the most returned items?
What are they?
It'll be jeans and pants.
I believe it.
I believe it too. Jeans are so hard just in stores in general, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, and anything, with this that can eliminate the return process. Many of these companies just make it so difficult to get your money back or whatever.
It's the worst.
So absolutely the worst. All right, Annie, thanks. Man, we have talked about lettuce over the past few weeks. That romaine recall really got many of us thinking just about how our crops are grown. And then as Chris Welch took a trip to a rooftop greenhouse company, why they claim their lettuce is safer and longer lasting.
Great, so how we're growing here is controlled environment agriculture.
Jen Frymark bent over her crops, pulled out a head of lettuce, and shouldn't that be washed first?
No, you don't need to wash it. We don't have that on our package, but there's no reason to need to wash this. I never wash any of our lettuce at home.
She's the chief agriculture officer of Gotham Greens, a company that grows lettuce differently. They do it hydroponically, that is, without soil, but in a nutrient-rich water. And they do it in rooftop greenhouses.
Now, would you feel comfortable doing that in a traditional farm field?
No.
They grow all types of lettuce in the largest rooftop greenhouse in the country here in Chicago's South Side. Because of the controlled environment, crops can grow in a third of the time of a traditional field.
Here we're giving this plant everything it wants: the right day temperature, the right night temperature, the right light environment, the air circulation, the CO2 levels, the nutrients it needs, the water. I mean, these are very coddled plants. They have everything they need, and they can just grow in this perfect environment and reach maturity very quickly.
Lush greens amid the urban jungle of their Chicago and Brooklyn farms. Gotham Greens only sells to grocery stores and restaurants in the Chicago and New York metro areas, so the produce goes from greenhouse to grocery shelves in a day and a half.
How much longer will this lettuce last in my refrigerator than, say, another brand?
Yes. So I know other brands, you will typically buy a couple days, you have it in there, and it kind of turns into this slimy mess in your fridge. Ours, you have 2 or 3 weeks that this lettuce is going to last.
2 to 3 weeks,
yes.
For real?
Yes.
Frymark also says this method dramatically lowers the risk for foodborne illness.
There's no manures, there's no water sources that could be contaminants. We don't have birds and animals getting into our field.
She says the company is expanding and plans to open more rooftop greenhouses in the near future. Reporting for The Now in Chicago, I'm Chris Welch.
Chris, thank you. And another note on this, that Gotham Greens prices are comparable to other organic produce. Let's get back to our lineup here. One of the best things about the holidays, let's be honest, it's the food. Yeah, cookies are pretty good. Well, that can leave you with some holiday weight. Yeah, well, next on The Now, we're breaking down some of the myths so you can just relax and enjoy.
23 ABC and I are releasing a cookbook, Recipes to the Rescue, just in time for the holiday season. There is a recipe for everyone in this cookbook, from local favorites like Derek and David Carr, Congressman Kevin McCarthy, and all the anchors at 23 ABC. They are sharing their favorite recipes. You can find a link to pre-order the cookbook on our website, turnto23.com, and we'd love for you to attend our cookbook launch party on December 10th at the Mission. Again, you can find all that information on turnto23.com.
Well, you're probably preparing yourself for holiday parties. And look, the food, the alcohol can all just be so tempting. Then now it's Annie Taylor breaking down the myths of the holiday feast.
With so many parties and a lot of great food, it's impossible to be good with all those goodies. I'm going to bust some of the holiday food myths.
Don't have an entire cheat day where you binge eat everything in sight. Nutritionists say to actually spread out the indulging and have one treat at every party.
Most of us need a little alcohol to be merry and bright. While you think you should grab a glass of classy red wine, if you're worried about calories, shots or tequila is the way to go. Tequila is less than 65 calories compared to a glass of red wine, which is 125. With all the fattening foods around, to not feel totally guilty, we try and reach for the fat-free whipped cream or fake butter, but nutritionists say, don't. You actually want to have the real deal because it's oftentimes more filling and, most importantly, satisfying, where you don't end up going overboard. We all know holiday desserts are to die for, and if you want to have a sweet treat, have a gingerbread man. It screams holidays and saves you about 50 to 100 calories. For the now, I'm Annie Taylor.
All right, Annie, thank you. And how do you really stop a cold and the sniffles this time of year? Well, you just put down the medicine and turn up the music. We'll explain tomorrow here on The Now.
All right, and coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, local college students left in limbo after a for-profit college shut their doors around the country. Learn more about what the closure of Brightwood means here in Bakersfield. That story and much more tonight on 23 ABC News at 11.
Well, right now, taking a live look outside, we are seeing some light rain across the county, but mostly just cloudy skies. Temperatures here in the valley still in the 50s, but dropping down to the 30s up in Breckenridge as well as down in Pine Mountain Club and Fraser Park. We are expecting scattered showers overnight across the county, continuing into Thursday. It looks like most of the rain falling is actually going to be in our desert cities. So for the Bakersfield Christmas Parade, which starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow, looks like it's going to be just chilly, just a 10% chance of showers, so really not bad, but make sure to bring the gloves, extra socks, blankets if you're planning on going out. I know we're going to be bundled up out there.
And definitely not going to forget the hot cocoa.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that'll be so fun.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at The Now. Join us tomorrow.